Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T. As we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel throughout social media. We'll get you out of here before the top of the hour to give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the Drive-Thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Deliver live free picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and sometimes earlier. And deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs Sports Chat Place. So let's meet the cappers and their pets and then go right to the picks. So let's say hello to Kevin. Kevin, what's happening?
I'm sorry. He's crying. He's just looking at me crying. He's a puppy, but I'm doing great, Tony. Excited for the weekend, the Final Four. Lots of good things going on, so I'm excited for everything.
There you go. Excitement in the air as well. Yeah, that's right. The big Final Four weekend. All number ones means good matchups, so I'm excited for that. Brian, what's going on?
Definitely should be some good matchups this weekend, especially tomorrow. Got a few things circled, and what better place than being here on a Friday night, hanging out with my good friends here at Big Dogs and giving out some free winners.
That's right. Of course, Dodgers out in your part of the woods there. We'll see how that one goes tonight. Let's hear the Rod.
That's an easy one. I don't even have to get into that one. That's an easy one.
Easy one there. Layup for, as says Brian. Over to Rod. Rod, what's happening?
Not too much. Today, a nice winning day yesterday, so let's kick it off onto a nice Friday. Big weekend of slate of things, Final Four rolling. Can't wait for that. Kid in the candy store. Should be both great games in the Final Four. Can't wait for that. We got some games going tonight. And even the little puppy's ready to go too. See, he's excited, whining, going, come on, let's get some sports winners. Woo. That way he can get some more kibbles. So definitely let's get to it and get some more winners here.
Let's get some more winners. Indeed, we'll cover picks here today from the NBA.
Because they eat a lot as a puppy at that age. They'll eat anything. You watch out if it's not tied down, man. Nom, 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 nom.
Get that food in there. Picks from NBA here today. Also with baseball and NHL. No college basketball day actually until Monday here. Of course, we do have the Final Four tomorrow, and of course we will have the Crown final on Sunday, then the NCAAB championship game here on Monday. Final Four for the women.
Women's Final Four goes tonight.
Women's Final Four goes tonight. The final on Sunday. So yeah, a lot of great excitement here coming up. So let's get to the games, guys. We'll start here with the NBA. Winding down the NBA. NBA last day of the season is a week from Sunday. So we're couldn't come sooner for some folks. For some folks, I prefer this over the tight lines we get from the postseason, but that's for another discussion. So let's get to the NBA tonight. Here we'll start with the three from this block. We'll start Jazz and Pacers. The Pacers now up from 16 to 17. Total sits here at 239. Next up here in our the next block, we got Kings and Hornets. Kings 11 on the road, total 216.5. Then Suns and Celtics. Look at this, another double-digit favorite here. Celtics 14, total 226.5. We get it started here. Waiting on Javon. We'll start it off here with Brian.
Boy, this is a tough grouping of games here. Late in the season, it just gets tougher and tougher. But with a gun to my head in this grouping, I take the Boston Celtics and lay the points. The Suns, right up there with the Sixers, is most disappointing franchise this year in the NBA. And Suns aren't covering spreads, 29, 46, and 1 for the year. Phoenix, though, also 4 or 5 straight non-covers in a row. I just think this Boston team, even if they're playing their second string tonight, I think they can take the Suns out. Last night when I was doing this video, I saw this number, and originally I jumped on the Phoenix Suns. I just think I was wrong on this one. A second thought, I think Boston's going to take them to the woodshed.
Yeah, from Brian. Let's go over some of the injuries here. Utah, no Collins, Harkless, Kessler, Markin, and Martin out for Utah. Indiana, a clean injury report. So all those questionables turn into playing for Indiana. Sacramento and Charlotte, we got LaRavia out. Sabonis hits the injury report as questionable. Late addition here. Questionable here. Right ankle soreness. A very late addition to the injury report, which is always a bad sign. So keep an eye there with Sabonis. Late addition with that soreness in the ankles there. Baugh, Green, Smith, Williams out for Charlotte. And, of course, we look at Phoenix and Boston. Durant out for Phoenix. Brown questionable. So we got you up to date there. We continue here on the drive-thru with Rod.
Yeah, and look at this one. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take the 2 touchdowns with the Suns. You just look at Boston as a home favorite. They haven't fared so well as a home favorite of 10 or more points this year. Well, it's a 50-50 toss-up coin flip. 4-4 straight up On the money line is Boston as a 10-point or more favorite. They're also 8-12 ATS as that big more than 10-point favorite at home. So I'll grab the Suns there in that one. And then the other one I'm looking at, I think you got to take Toronto in that one. But it's Cunningham in? Or no, we didn't do that one. My bad. I think we're going to jump. I'm a Tesla. So my bad. Speaking of the dogs, so I'll wait. Sorry, just that one.
All
right. Greatest Suns plus points in that.
There we go with Rod. Let's go back here to Javon to start the block. The first three in the block is Jazz, Pacers, Kings, Hornets, Suns, Celtics.
Don't really like any of these games. Inflated lines, not knowing who's playing in some of these games. But with that said, there's no way that I'm going to lay 11 points with the Sacramento Kings. You saw what happened to them against Washington, So with that said, I got to take the points. It's just by default, really. Just knowing who the Kings are, how they operate, how they don't like to cover, spreads where they're favored for the most part. He's definitely not double-digit, faves. So it would have to be Charlotte or nothing. We already saw how the Jazz are doing. They like to lay down. They laid down in past games. But can the Indiana Pacers, cover this large spread? I don't know. I would like to say that they get out to a fast start at home, first quarter, first half, maybe. That's as far as it'll go with me. Can't do anything else with it, because the ebb and flows of a game like this, they might the back door might be open. It might be a 30-point lead. Next thing you know, it's a 15-point deficit. Just because the bench is in there, and they just give it up. So it's just too much of a volatile situation. I would the only way I would play it is first quarter, first half, maybe Indiana team total over. And as far as the Celtics game goes, off of a pretty bad loss, coming home first game back home after the extended road trip. I would say first quarter's a play that I would like to have in pocket. Just want to strength that, they run roughshod over the Suns, and there's no Kevin Durant, and I don't like the Suns in the first place. I definitely don't like them without Kevin Durant, because one thing about Kevin Durant, he's gonna come the ball. You're gonna see Devin Booker, trying to play point guard and kicking the ball all over the place. He's not a point guard at all. It was a bad experiment. Blowed his team up. Celtics first quarter.
From Javon, so we move right on over to Kevin.
Yeah, I agree with Javon. I like the Hornets getting all those points. They just seem to show up at home. I do like the Celtics, too, laying the points. I think after that Heat loss, even though they're pretty much secured into a spot, I'm looking at all the props. Looks like everyone's going to be a go for this one. And I'm definitely going to take Porzingis. I mean, points and rebounds, 26.5. I mean, he should have a field day against the Suns. So I'm going to take the Celtics laying the points, and then I'll take the Hornets plus the points.
There from Kevin. I'll tell you what I think here about these games here. I like as well Charlotte here plus 11. Kings have lost 11 of 13. Defense is absolutely atrocious here for this Sacramento Kings team. Matter of fact, in their past three on the road, they have a minus 13 net rating in their past three on the road. You can only look at Charlotte in that one. Also, I like the over in Boston and Phoenix. Phoenix playing absolutely no defense. The Suns over the past 5 games giving up 55% shooting, 46% from three. Just horrible defense here. Suns have gone 6-1 to the over with their very poor defense here. Like the over in that one. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we get ready here for the next series of games here from the NBA. And in this block, we will cover the following games. Pistons and Raptors, we see here the Pistons 11.5, total 226.5. Thunder and Rockets, Thunder 6, total 227.5. Trailblazers and Bulls, the Bulls 6, total 234.5. We'll take a look at the injury report here for these set of games. All right, we look at the Pistons in Toronto. We got Harris, Ivy, Stewart out. Cunningham questionable for Detroit. Let's see what they say about Cunningham. Still questionable here with that calf. might be able to return, so that's kind of look like questionable to me for Cunningham. Toronto, no Baji, Barnes, Barrett, Ingram out of this one for the Toronto Raptors here. Also, Portland and Chicago. We've got Aiden Henderson Williams out there for Portland. Grant and Cisco doubtful. Simons, Reed, Camara are questionable. On the Bulls side, Ball, Jones out. Carter questionable. Thunder Rockets. We got Dang, Dukas, Mitchell, the bad Jalen Williams are out. Isaiah Joe questionable. Dylan Brooks out for Houston with that suspension for some sort of verbal altercation, I guess is what they called it. He got the T for that nonsense. So we get this one underway here with Javon.
Looking at this Portland Chicago game, the only way I would play this, I would back the over. You already know what Chicago wants to do. They want to score. I don't think that, or whoever is playing for the Trailblazers, I don't think they mind going up and down the court neither. Chicago, they're 7-2-1 to the over in their last 10. I believe that this will go up and over the total. That's one. The Detroit game, if Cade might show some rust in this one, but if you look at how these teams have played against each other, it's really been all Detroit. 4-1 against the spread last 5. They won all 5 of those games. Only a couple of those games have been, actually none of those games have been above double digits. A couple of them been at 9, but for the most part they've been close games. But those are two different type of teams. Detroit wasn't nearly as good as they are now. They were bums for the large majority of those games. But now they're a playoff team, and how do they come out of this? Without Cade, they've been playing hard. They've been playing good. They let it slip in the fourth quarter in a couple different games, the last 2 games, but against better competition. Now they're facing lesser competition. So, do they want to, put their foot on someone's neck, a lesser team, because it's there for the taking. So maybe they treat this one like target practice, and get a 15-point victory, but it's not a game I would touch.
There from Javon. Next up, we move right on over to Brian.
Well, it is Friday night, and usually that's the night when Captain Obvious loves to go out and take the obvious play. I'm sure everybody and their mom's on the Oklahoma City Thunder. How many games in a row have they covered? Was it 10 straight?
10 of 11.
This team just keeps covering and covering and covering.
Double
but
digits.
Here I'm going to get a Houston Rockets team that notoriously plays well at home. You're getting 5.5 points. This team's just, I think, 2 games up on the Nuggets and 2.5 on the Lakers. This is an important game for the Rockets. Thunder have a massive lead on this Rockets team. So on a Friday night, I like a good dog here. I think the Houston Rockets are going. I might sprinkle a little bit on the money line.
There we go from Brian. Next up, we move right on over to Brock.
Yeah, and if you look at that Houston Rockets and OKC game, full game, I don't want to get in front of this OKC team. They've been all season. Their point differential all season long has been about 13. So yeah, that line does look a little bit funny. It's even dropped down to 5.5 in some places as well now too. So yeah, that does look a little bit funky, that line. So give me the Houston Rockets in the first quarter here. You get a nice plus money on it, and guess what? I believe they've won 7 straight first quarters at home versus the OKC Thunder, and you get that at a nice plus price. So give me the Rockets in the first quarter on the money line there. And then the other one I'm looking at in this spot, that line had ticked up to Detroit now, 11.5, and starting to get juiced, looking like the 12 is about to pop up there in that one. So for me, that's looking like Cade's going to play here in this one for Detroit. But what I like here in this one, you look at the Raptors on the back-to-back at home. Well, they're 2-2 straight up on the back-to-back and 2-3 against that number, ATS-wise, on the back-to-back at home here. But what they are on the back-to-back is 5-0 to that over in the back-to-back spot. So Detroit and the Raptors, we'll see plenty enough points to get us up and over that total. where it's sitting at 226, 227 in some places. Give me the over. I think we cruise into the 230s there in that matchup. A couple I like in that toss spot.
There from Rod. Next up, we move right on over to Kevin.
Tony, I don't know what's been longer, Brian going on a date or the Pistons being in the playoffs, and they can secure that playoff. They can secure that playoff win tonight. So this is a huge game for them. Everyone's going to play. We're going to take Cade Cunningham on the points, assist, rebounds over 38.5. We're going to lock it in, take that 11, lay that 11 points, 11.5, whatever it goes up to. 7-3 ATS against them last 10. No reason for Toronto even to play. I mean, they could sit everyone. I think Quigley's going to play, which might be a problem. I might look at his props. But other than that, I'm not worried about any of the other players.
There from Kevin. Tell you what I think here about these games here tonight in these angles. Oh, yeah, I can't get in front of OKC. They've covered 10 of 11. 7 of those games are aligned by 9 points or higher there. You look at in games, they've been outscoring opponents by 20 points a game over their past 5. I'm a little nervous about Rockets when they step up in competition. That to me, that's a test for them. Looking at the screen right now, I think it was mentioned here that there are some 5.5s and 6s out there in that game. Okay, but Circa hasn't moved; they're holding 7, and Circa is one of the sharpest books here for land-based sports books. So Circa is taking a stand on this game, and they're not moving it off 7. It's sticking 7. Everybody else 5.5, 6. So Circa is taking a stance, and I agree with them. Don't just take as much. I would look at that there. I'll book the +7 on Houston all day long, and I think that's what they're doing here. Maybe the owner just says, "Hey, don't move this line. I don't care. I don't want to lose with OKC anymore. They're getting tired of losing." So I look at the OKC in that one. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we get ready here for the next series of games. We'll just close out NBA with these final 4 games. We got Cavaliers, Spurs, Cavs 13 here, total 241. Nuggets and Warriors. Nuggets now favored 1 on the road here, total 236.5. This gun's been flipping back and forth like a ping pong there. Mavericks and Clippers. First game of a back-to-back. They will play again tomorrow. Take note of that. Clippers 10.5, total 226. We got Pelicans and Lakers. Lakers now up to 15 here, total 222.5. And we get this block underway here with Javon.
The only one I have any interest in is taking the under in the Mavericks Clippers game. I think with the jockeying for position in the West, these are the 8th and 9th seeds respectively. I think that they're going to come to play, and I think it's going to happen on the defensive end of the end of the court for both of these teams. What's the status on AD?
Yeah, let's take a look at the injuries here. Yeah, we got to get the injuries in here for these games, all right, to close out the
GGD, I think.
We got here, let's go here with the Dallas LA Clippers. Exum Lively out, Davis questionable. Let's see what the word here is on Davis. Questionable here. Abductor strain. That's basically what it was before, right? Maybe it's a little sore. Maybe they just want to keep an eye on him, but they have him on the report as that abductor issue there for Dallas. Martin is probable. On the Clippers side, no Coffey, no Miller, no Simmons. Lundy is probable. Looking at Cleveland and the Spurs, Jerome Wade are out. On the Spurs side, no Sokan. Bassey questionable. Johnson probable. And then in the game between Denver and Golden State, Strawther, Watson, and Murray are now questionable. Jokic, Gordon, Braun probable. Butler, Curry, Payton questionable there in that one. Remember, Golden State on the back-to-back, Denver with the rest advantage. Pelicans and Lakers, Boston, Hawkins are out. We have some names up here on the Lakers now. Kleber and Hakamura out for LA. LeBron is probable, so you're caught up on the injuries, Javon.
Yeah, no, everything still stands. I have no interest in any of those games outside of the under in the Clippers game. No, I just think it's going to be a for an NBA regular season game, a high defensive intensity type of affair. Given the jockeying for position of these teams and for the Clippers trying to stay out of that 9-10 matchup, and for Dallas them trying to get into the 7-8 game. So I when it comes to situations like that, I'm gonna look towards defense to shine and to take the under.
Yeah, I think the best Dallas can do right now is a 9 because the Clippers are 7 games up on them with about
7 games.
Yeah, 7 games up with 5 games left for Dallas. So now best they can do is have the home court in that 9-10 right now.
Yeah,
That's-
well, solidify home court then for Dallas because it's still pretty close between them and who's the
Sacramento.
10th seed?
Sacramento and Phoenix back there. Yeah, and don't forget the bean counters do own the Dallas Mavericks, so they want that home. They want that home court for those get receipts. That's the way casino owners are. They want that home court. They want that. They know they see the balance sheet. They know what a home game brings in revenue wise. So no doubt about that. Next up we move on over to Brian.
Just a terrible group in the games here, but I'm going to take San Antonio Spurs plus the points. Spurs haven't stopped playing this year. They went into Denver last game and beat them outright. These two teams met just a few weeks ago, and I think it was an 8-point win for the Cavaliers. So I think this is a less than 10-point win here for Cleveland. So I'm going to take the 12.5 here with San Antonio.
Yeah, from Brian. Next up we move right on over to Rod.
Yeah, and you look at this spot. Give me the Nuggets battling. I like the Nuggets here in this spot, and they do have a little bit of a rest advantage. But when you still look at it, Nuggets still played a lot of basketball down the stretch. Third game, fourth night spot for Denver here. And when you look at Denver, most teams you want to fade on a third night, 4-game situation. Not these Nuggets though. They're 9-2 straight up this year on the road. In these third game, fourth night spot, they seem to excel when they played a lot of basketball, and they just continue to do it. And you look at what the Warriors have done on a Friday night at home. 0-3 ATS this year at home on a Friday night. So give me Denver to come into the Warriors' home court, especially after Golden State off that road trip too. It was a 6-game road trip. Yeah, love the Nuggets there in that spot. And then the other one I like here in the late night bracket is I'll lay the 15 points with the Lakers there in that one. LeBron's going to play in that one as well. And the Pelicans on the road, I ain't laying or even going to – that's not enough. I think I need about 25 points with the Pelicans maybe to consider taking the Pelicans there. They lose by 20-plus to the Lakers. Lakers cruise to the win there in that one. Everybody's seen them lose on the back-to-back and might be a little bit tepid and want to take the Pelicans, not this guy. I'm not touching the Pelicans. Give me the Lakers there in that one. They'll cruise to the 20-point win there. I'll even try to find them minus 19.5. Probably get a little bit of a plus money on that one as well.
The gap between the 3-seed Nuggets and the 8-seed Clippers are just 2 games in the loss column. So that is very bunched up there in the West right now. So next up, we move right on over to Kevin.
Yeah, the Lakers that hurt last night. That loss that hurt them big time. And but the Pelicans don't have Steph Curry on their team, so this total of 222.5 is way too high. I'm not saying that the Lakers aren't going to score a lot, but their defense is going to come up big. Pelicans don't have any guards that are going to be a problem for this team. I'm going to look at Austin Reeves' props for this one. I'm going to look at 24.5 points and assists over. I think Luka just feeds him the ball. I think this is kind of a get-right game and to kind of have fun out there. And I think the minutes are down with LeBron and those guys. I think they get a big enough lead that we can be confident in taking this under 222.5. And like I said, Austin Reeves, we're going to take his over 24.5 points and assists at BetMGM.
Yeah, from Kevin. Just a reminder, McCollum and Zion are out for the year, so they're no longer going to show up on the injury report. So both of those players will not be playing the remainder of the season. I'll tell you here what I think about these games here. I like the over in Cleveland and San Antonio. San Antonio's got a lot of good offensive production, but their defense is terrible. We know Cavaliers here can put up some points, especially against these bad defensive teams. The Cavs have gone over in 7 and 8. The Spurs have gone over in 4 or 5. I just like it. So high total for a reason. It'll go over. I like over in Cleveland and San Antonio. And I do agree here with the Nuggets here. Again, as we mentioned here, how few games here that between the 3 and the 8 seed. Denver falls in that category. They're the 3 seed at 30 wins. Lakers are tied with them. They're only 1 game ahead of the number 5 seeded Warriors, so they could lose home court advantage here if they slip too much here because Golden State has 31 losses. So it's very bunched up in the West. I think it's a very important game for the Nuggets. I think they got to have, again, if they want to solidify that and stay away from OKC in that first round, because they fall to 4, they get OKC in that first round. I think they'll be happy facing the Nuggets if they get into the second round of the playoffs. Because right now it could look like an OKC-Denver Western Conference final. That's how I look at it right now. That's the way I see it. I would like to see them. I would like to see it myself. I'm going to kind of stay away here from that Laker-Pelicans game and that Nuggets game or that Mavs and Clippers. But the one I like there would be definitely the Denver Nuggets. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. As we move on over to Major League Baseball for tonight's card action here, we've got time here for the 6:45 games. Will be starting in about 10 minutes, so we can cover them here in the remaining time we have here. Let's get to the baseball. Here we do have some 6:45. Let's see what we got left on the board here tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we'll cover them 4 and 3. So we'll cover the first 4 here in this block of baseball. So we'll cover the D-backs and Nationals. Diamondbacks are $1.56, total 8.5. Next up we have Dodgers and Phillies. The Dodgers have come down. Where's the 40s? Now they're on the 20s now. Dodgers, $1.27, total of 8. We got the next up in this block, we got Marlins and Braves. No more value on the Braves. I think it'd be 0-7, 0-20. It doesn't matter when you face it at 234 now, so that got no value there. 234 for an 0-7 team. Total 7.5. And Orioles and Royals here. Orioles $1.09, total 8. We'll stop it there. We'll get this block underway here with Javon.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Miami Marlins on the run line plus 1.5. Should get you to -110 or even money somewhere around there. Until the bats could start clicking, then I'm gonna have to fade them some way somehow. And with this being a high money line, maybe they win. I don't want to go against Swellenbach. He could carry this ball club, but Meyer, he did show something, and this team is 5-2 on the run line so far in this early season. So I'll take the plus 1.5.
There we go there from Javon. And next up, we move right on over to Mr. Brian Bittler.
Yeah, I got to say the easiest play on the board today. Either be here or be square. You got to take the Philadelphia Phillies at home on the money line. I mean, they've played the Dodgers pretty tight over the last 7 games. I think they've won 6 out of the last 7 head-to-head. They always get up for the L.A. Dodgers. Phillies over the years, always tough in Philadelphia. Not over the years, but over the recent history over the last 2 seasons. You got Jesus Luzardo on the mound. I like what this kid's got. Yamamoto has been very good, but he's only gone 5 innings in both his starts. I think the Phillies can get to that bullpen of the Dodgers. I think we're in for the first loss of the year for Los Angeles tonight. Take the Phillies.
There we go. Following the money. That's where the money is. Money's been on the Phillies in this game. As the Dodgers, we saw them in the 40s. They're down to $1.27, $1.35 in some places here. Brian on the Phillies there. Next up, we move right on over to Rod.
Yeah, looking at these games here in the spot, I'll take the Washington Nationals here at home. Jake Irvin going for the Nationals there in that one. Definitely didn't have the greatest first start to his season, but I think he has a better start here at home here in this one. And for me, it's just I'm going to fade that on the road. I'm not a Brian Fat guy. I fade that every time I see him. So it's been profitable, so I'll continue to fade that. Especially on the road there in that one after coming to New York and after coming to Washington now. I think the Nationals get themselves a nice little win there here on Friday night. And I'm with you a lot, but I'm going to take the money line. How can you just might as well just keep continuing to fade the Braves until something happens? I ain't putting that kind of price on Schwally back on his first start back here of the year. No, you can't do it. Just on principle alone, I'll take 2 times my money with the Miami Marlins there in that matchup.
And there we go from Rod. Next up here, we shall move right on over to Kevin.
Yeah, we just witnessed the Padres, who didn't even have to travel as far as the Dodgers, and their 1-3 loss. The Dodgers No Freeman, no problem. He's the guy I didn't want to see. Freddie Freeman, he kills us every time. I know Mookie Betts is a stud. I know that other guy that leads off, he's decent. But other than that, I'm not worried about these guys. Luzardo, 11 strikeouts his first game. This kid was phenomenal for the Marlins and dealt with injury, and now he's back. He's the number 2 pitcher for a reason for the Phillies. I'd be more comfortable if it was Wheeler, but it's not. But for that value, we're going to go ahead and take the Phillies. And I can't pass up on the Royals here. I keep watching that line myself with the Lugo. This lineup is just as good as Baltimore when it comes to hitting the ball, and I think they put it together tonight against Creamer. So we're going to go ahead and take the Royals almost at plus money or minus 105, whatever it's at.
Yeah, from Cameron, tell you what I like here. One game I like now, but the value's gone in my picks on these, but this one sticks here. I like the under here with Miami and Atlanta. These are two teams that have been pretty much struggling here. Atlanta hitting $1.37 here against right-hand starters. Miami struggling against right-hand starters as well. But we're getting good bullpen work out of the Marlins. And you look at this Braves team at home, 38-10 the under at home with their favorite minus 150 or higher. Marlins 19-6 the under on the road against the division. I'll look at the under there between Miami and Atlanta. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through as we'll close out baseball here with the final 3 games on this board here for tonight. And they will be Rays and Rangers. We got the Rangers at $1.23. Total sits here 8.5. Reds and Brewers. We got the Brewers $1.23. Total sits 8.5. Close it out late night tonight. Guardians and Angels. Guardians $1.10. Total 7.5. We get this one underway here with Javon.
Sheesh. I really don't like anything over here, but gun to my head, I'm gonna have to. It go either way. I roll with the Texas Rangers. Well, hold on. Did we touch Baltimore and KC?
That was a previous. Baltimore KC is in. Are they in this one?
The previous time slot.
Previous time slot, yeah.
Previous time slot, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I would have said Baltimore if it was in this time slot, but
Now it is. Now it is.
Now it is.
Yeah. I'll roll with Baltimore. I mean, you know, I wavered on this Rays Rangers game. You know, both teams are, pitching well. It's just that Texas can't hit their way out of a wet paper bag, and the Rays, they've actually been doing the job, hitting the ball. So, I wave on it. I would still lean Rangers, but that's just a real like a gut check more than anything else. But Baltimore, I think Seth Lugo, he's gonna have a down season after last season's over. He exceeded expectations last year. Let's just say that. And I like to key in on certain pitchers who have done that in the prior season and say that okay, you're not gonna do this again. And I think that this is an opportunity for the Baltimore Orioles to lay the lumber in this one. So I expect him to have a not so kind start, and the O's to get the job done from the word go.
Yeah, Lugo got his $45 million contract for 3 years, converting from a reliever to starter. So he got his bag now, and he says the chase is over now for Lugo. He got what he wanted. All right, next up, we move right on over to Brian.
Well, I'm pretty similar to Javon in the sense that I don't like anything in this last slot. So I'm going to go backwards here, but this time I'm going to take the Kansas City Royals. I think at 2-4, they're underachieving to start the season. You're getting listen, I'm a big Orioles fan. Love Gunnar Henderson. I love Jackson Holliday. But I just don't like the Baltimore pitching staff. And I think Lugo is better than Kramer on the mound. And then you get into that Baltimore bullpen, Bobby Witt Jr. For me and the price, I think I have to go Royals here on the money line.
From Brian. All right, next up, we move right on over to Rod.
Yeah, look at the games here in this spot. I'm going to go against Texas here. I don't like Texas at all. I'm going to fade Tyler Mahle. Every time we see him on the bump, I'm going to fade that guy because you can't say mollywop without saying Mahle. So mollywop. Are the Texas Rangers going to be tonight? I like Zach Little there in the thingy. He's trying to get his bag, so I think have him expect a great season from Zach Little here. we were on him last year many a times with the Rays, and I think he's done well, and I think he wants to excel here. I think he pitches well here in this spot against the Texas offense, and I just don't like what I've seen from Tyler Mahle in that first start. Going to continue here. Give me the Rays there in that matchup. And then the other one I'm looking at here is give me the under, Cincinnati and the Brewers. Hey, the Brewers are starting to both these teams played to the under, 4-3 to the under. Both squads. I think we get a lower scoring one here. Alexander has a happy start. Martinez, he had a rough start in his first outing. I think he has a better starting here. And we know the Brewers' offense hasn't been the greatest to start the year as well. So give me the under 8 in the Reds and the Brewers.
There from Rod. Next up, we move right on over to Kevin.
Yeah, I like Texas here. Mahle might have had a bad start, but the team beat Boston. And then they gave 2 goose eggs to Cincinnati on the road, which is tough to do. And head-to-head, 9-1 last 10 against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's had the pleasure of playing at home the last 6. Going to Arlington is no easy feat, that's for sure. I'm going to take Texas for this game 1. I mean, getting plus money, why not?
Minus money. Texas.
It's minus 130,
minus,
Kevin.
yeah.
I don't know what you're looking at, what world you're in.
Maybe a sheet guy. Maybe he's got a sheet that.
I'm going to make it plus money. I'm going to bet it.
Minus 1.5. That's what he wants.
Are you dealing him, doll? You're dealing him.
No, I won't take
Brian
it minus
Sheet
1.5. I'm all right with minus 130.
Yeah.
130 is like my cutoff. 140 is the top. Yeah.
There you go from Brian. All right, tell you what I think here about these games. Yeah, I'm going to butt heads every camp. I like Zach Littell. Like Rod was talking about, he was a middle reliever last year and converted to starting rotation. Had a good season for his standards. Got a good contract. Now he's looking for the big bag this year to solidify his status as a starter instead of those middle relievers. Those middle relievers don't make as much as these starters. There's a lot of motivation. Keep an eye on these guys. Guys like Lugo, guy like Clay Holmes. Hey, I don't want to be a middle reliever. I don't want to earn low salary. I don't want to be one of those guys who burn my arm out and then bring in another guy. That's not the world I want to be in. Littell is one of those guys. He basically wants to get starters pay, and he performed well last year, but he's got to do it again. So I look here at Tampa Bay in that spot here. The Rangers in this one here. Rangers hitting only 192. Their bullpen's allowed 15 runs in 27 and third innings. The bullpen for the Rays have been pretty well, pitched well so far. I'll look at the Rays and the plus money. Also, give me the Guardians minus 110 because I hate the Angels. This organization is just absolutely horrific. Matter of fact, LA 7-18 at home after 3 or more consecutive road games. That's a minus 12 unit loss. LA's bullpen's been hammered for 20 runs in 19 innings. They're going to regress back to what they are. Angels hitting just 185 against right-handed starters. Cleveland bullpen's allowed 5 runs in 21 innings. I'll take the Guardians in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through as we'll convert over to the NHL for tonight. We'll do it all in one block from tonight's card from the ice. And we'll start here. Blackhawks and Capitals. Capitals 355, total 6.5. Hurricanes, Red Wings. We got the Hurricanes, $1.67, total 5.5. Wild and Islanders. Islanders, $1.21, total 5.5. And we got you covered here for these games here. Did I miss one earlier? No, 1, 2, 3.
Nope, just 3.
Just 3. For some reason, that'll be up. All right, we got just 3 on the block tonight. So let's get this one underway here with Brian.
Boy, I'd like to take a Chris Ruffalo here, but just so I don't get Ruffaloed, I'll take the Detroit Red Wings plus the 1.5 for a hot diggity dog. That's what they call them when you lay minus 160 with the dog. But Detroit has been good this year on the puck line at home, 23-15, 43-31 overall. I think this is going to be a 1-goal game. The Red Wings has surprised people this season a little bit. I think it's a close one. Give me that puck line here.
The puck line there from Brian. And next up, we move on right over to Rod.
Yeah, I don't need no puck line. Give me Detroit on the money line there in that one. You look at Carolina this season off of a divisional win, off of a divisional rival win. 2-8 this season is Carolina off of a nice divisional win. Carolina's pretty much locked in their seed. They're second in the Metro. They're not moving up. You're not catching Washington there. And then that first game after a home game out on the road this season, Carolina doesn't fare so well. 5-10 this season. That first game out on the road following a home game. So this is one of those ones they're just playing out the string. Detroit, well, they're pretty much playing out the string as well, but they're at home here in this one, and we've seen them, as Brian alluded to, scrappy at times. And you're going to give me a nice plus price? I'll take Detroit there in that one. And then the other one I like, give me the over in Chicago and Washington. I think we see plenty of goals there tonight. This Blackhawks squad's given up at least 4+ a game over their last few. And I think this Washington team's going to be a little hungry. They haven't been playing the greatest hockey, but with Ovi only needing 3 tonight, I got to take a shot here. I know Washington is third game, fourth night situation, but got to get this Ovi situation out of the way. It's before the playoffs, so why not take a shot? Give me the over 6.5 here in this Blackhawks game, and then give me Alex Ovechkin to get the hat trick tonight to finish off busting Gretzky's record and doing it tonight. Hey, you get a plus 1,400 on Ovi scoring 3+ goals tonight. Worth a sprinkle for Washington to kick the crap out of the Blackhawks here tonight.
Yeah, from Rod. Next up, we move on over to Kevin.
Yeah, I know a lot of the sharp bettors are going to be on the Islanders tonight, but Minnesota's won the last 7 straight up, and they looked pretty good their last 2 against the Devils and the Rangers, a shootout and then overtime. For plus money at plus 105, what I'm seeing now, unless it's changed, plus 105, why not? I'm going to go ahead and take Minnesota here. They both haven't been playing great, but the Islanders are really bad. They're on a losing streak of 6 straight. So, yeah, give me Minnesota.
Yeah, from Kevin, some updates on the NBA injury. Sabonis will be in tonight for Sacramento. So Sabonis in for the Sacramento Kings. Cunningham out for Detroit there. And those are the updates we have for you right now in the NBA. And see if we have anything else coming in. That looks like that's all we have right now with the latest updates. We'll keep checking. Now it's time for our Parlay Peripheral segment where our cappers can give out parlays. They have team props, player props, game in the future. They make the call on this segment. We get to start off here with Javon.
We'll go to a player prop parlay. Nikola Jokic plus 30 points, 30 plus points. And we will match that up with trying to see a game. Well, low hanging fruit. SGA 30 plus as well. I don't think that's gonna be a blowout. So yeah, SGA 30 plus points. The Joker 30 plus points.
From Javon, two-teamer from Javon. Next up, we move on over to Brian.
Yeah, I'm going to give out a parlay here. Two easy winner. Well, no, we're going to go 3. Rockets plus the points in the NBA. Philadelphia Phillies on the money line, joined up with the Kansas City Royals on the money line. That 3-game parlay.
The teamer there from Brian. Next up, we move on over to Rod.
A little 3-teamer here. We're going to take the Denver Nuggets on the money line, the Tampa Bay Rays on the money line, and throw in the Washington Capitals just for a little bit extra there on the 3-teamer.
That's from Rod. Next up, Kevin.
Oh, I'm talking to you. As soon as you said Cunningham was out, I just went on and emptied my account on Tim Hardaway Jr. over 18.5 points and assists. I think that's a steal right now, and we'll partner that up. We'll still ride the Hornets, or we'll take the Hornets plus the 11.5. I don't care if Sabonis is playing or not. And then the Bulls and Raptors will go over the 235.5.
There from Kevin. Tell you what I've got here. We'll move on over to my block here. The games I like here. Let's see what I'm going to go with. This one here. I will go ahead and take in the parlay MLB parlay 2-teamer. I like the Marlins Braves under, and like the Guardians there with a 2-teamer. All right, we got you through the parlay peripheral segment. Now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium. Headed to a big weekend of action here with Final Four. Of course, a lot of MLB, 15-game card tomorrow, NBA, and more. So let's see what's cooking over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll see what Brian has for sale right now over at Pick Dogs Premium. Put the numbers up for Brian. Of course, Brian has put together an impressive past 12 months, over 24 units of profit. What you got for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium?
My best bet in My best bet tonight is in the NHL, my titanium play. 12-5, 71% last 17 NHL plays. Ranked number 1 in NHL profit this season and last season. Get that play for $25 at PickDogs.com. Or you can get my NBA Friday nightcap play, 13-8 NBA run. Get that winner at PickDogs.com, just $30. Or team me up with one of the All-Star handicappers, a 2-for-1 capper special. Definitely can't go wrong at PickDogs.com.
Very good. Get on board with Brian Pillar over at PickDogs. We see great results there from Brian. Let's take a look and see what Kevin's got for sale over at PickDogs. Kevin's been hot in college hoops this year.
Yeah, right now what we got left is NBA. My 2 MLB, one was earlier and the other started while we were talking. But we still got my NBA secret sauce as I like to figure out that one ingredient that's back and healthy and playing his third, fourth game with the team. So I'm excited for this one. I think it's going to be an easy win. But the best deals right now, I think 7-day, 30-day will take you through the NCAA. You got NBA, NHL, and NBA. All the playoffs going on right now. So 30 days, 2-for-1 capper deals. All those are good deals going on right now.
Good there. Get on board with Kevin Thomas over at PickDogs. We see great results here from college basketball. Let's see what Javon's got cooking over at PickDogs. Javon, impressive last 3 days. 2,411 units of profit, all documented.
Yeah, got NBA going, 2 NBA plays up on the board. That's it. That's all. No MLB. And, yeah, that's it. Getting ready for Final Four weekend starting tomorrow. Then on Monday, got some winners on the board. Not yet. They're not up on the board yet, but they will be overnight. And so check that out. Check out something long-term, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly. It's been like this for a while, but I'm currently the number 1 NBA handicapper on the board, top of the leaderboard at least. So, yeah, check me out on that. Going to close out this college basketball season. You know, I'm well entrenched in the leaderboard in that one on the plus side of things. So, yeah, you know, jump on something long-term or matching one of the other handicappers for the multi-capital promotion. You can't go wrong here in Sports Chat Place to Pick Dogs. There's a lot of us that's hot here. Let's get it.
Let's get into it. Get on board with Javon over at PickDogs. We see great results. All these results are documented. Verify that at Javon's handicapper page. Let's see what Rod's got going over at PickDogs. Rod, together some impressive numbers here in college hoops for the year.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to be sad to see college hoops go. We got, 3 games left, so I'm definitely excited for tomorrow's Final Four. I've already got my Final Four package up, 3-pack there, both sides, and 1 total for you there in that one, so you can scoop that up. 307 and 247 this year, hitting 55% winners, so drops me 3rd on the leaderboard here at Pick Dogs for college basketball on the season, looking to finish out strong there. But tonight, I've got my NBA drop a dime play. We crushed it yesterday with the Heat, so looking for a back-to-back on it. It's available over there singly. And then I got my lone play on the ice, my NHL one-timer play, looking to snipe the top corner and light the lamp. A nice little winner with that one. Or as I already said before, the best way to go is that long-term pass. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 in the 3-day, 7-day, 30-day. 3 days is the best way to go right now. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I throw in some Monday there, so that 3-day turns into a 4-day. But you grab that 30-day pass, that'll get you covered right through the final net cutting in the college basketball. Get you right into the first round of the NBA, first round of the NHL, and more MLB will be thrown in there as well. So definitely jump aboard long term. Take advantage of that 2-for-1, 3-for-1, 4-for-1 cap promotional over at Big Dogs Sports Chat Place. Let's have a big weekend together. Let's get it.
Big weekend here with Rod over at Pick Dogs. Verify all those numbers there over at Rod's handicapper page. Over at Pick Dogs, I've got a best bet on the board right now. I've been really hot with my best bets. Hit another one yesterday with the Mocs. Looking for an NBA best bet tonight, so get on board with me over at Pick Dogs. Of course, I've got 2 plays up there. One for my long-term subscribers, 1 best bet on the board remaining right now for me. So get on board. Multi-capper promotions, so you can match me up with your favorite cappers over at Pick Dogs Premium. And remember the promo code PICK at checkout. We'll save you that 15% off. All right, guys, we're with you here Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern time here with the drive-thru. So make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications here with us live to get the plays in real time. Of course, the YouTube channel is full of great content. A lot of our cappers are contribute to it as well. Kevin, let everybody know what you got going on over on the Pick Dogs YouTube.
Tony, every night it's a pick and a prop over at Pick Dogs YouTube. It can be baseball, NBA, whatever's going on, we're going to do it. And make sure to check that out. Leave a thumbs up and share those videos. I mean, 230 plus thousand subscribers. They all can't be wrong. So you need to get on the right side and subscribe.
Very good. Yeah, subscribe to the channel, no doubt. Brian, we can catch you here on the drive-thru. Occasional pop-ins on those weekend shows, but you also have a video series up.
Yep, every day make sure you check out the Pick Dogs YouTube channel for my sharp betting contrarian predictions. And I'm definitely going to try to catch the guys this weekend, at least on Sunday, and hang out and give out some free picks.
Very good. Of course, Siobhan, you're here on the drive-thru. Of course, we catch you on the weekend shows. You also contribute on the YouTube channel with the Parlay video series.
Yeah, I got a parlay up, so go check that out on the YouTube channel. And I'll be here per usual Saturday and Sunday morning, and then right back here on Monday on the drive-thru.
That's right. And of course, Rod, here pretty much a regular here on the drive-thru, but you also pop in on the Sunday shows.
Yeah, definitely regular on the drive-thru Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Sometimes I'll pop in on Thursday if I have availability to get in there. Last Sunday, I missed last Sunday. My internet connection was absolutely awful. Decided that Mother Nature was going to throw a blizzard at me again. It's like, man, but not this Sunday. It's supposed to be nice and hot. It's supposed to hit the 60s, which is hot for us right now. So temperatures on the rise. We'll see everybody on Sunday morning for the morning show.
That's right. Morning show, guys. Make sure you tune in. That's going to do it for this edition of the drive-thru. We're back again on Monday, live here at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you check us out. Anybody have anything to say before we close it out?
Sweep
Make
the
it a
board.
winning one.
That's right. Make it a winning day, guys. Sweep the board. We'll wake up. Bye, guys. You guys make it a winning night. We're back here tomorrow on the